Hey guys, welcome. I have a morning yoga flow for you that will help to set your day on the right track, getting your mind and your body right, and just allowing you to feel really good throughout the day. I hope that you enjoy. Let's go ahead and get started on our mat. Let's go ahead and get started in a standing position. So finding our feet about hips width distance apart or whatever is comfortable for you. Arms come down by the side. Let's inhale, take a deep breath in. Arms reach overhead. And then grabbing the left wrist with the right hand, exhale, we'll bend it over to the right. Pressing that left hip out towards the left. Inhale back to center. We'll swap hands, so left wrist grabs right and take it over towards the left, pressing that right hip out towards the left. Sorry, right hip towards the right. Back to center. Let's take it one more time. So left hip to the left, upper body bends over towards the right. Inhale back to center, swapping. Right hand reaches over towards the left side. Right hip presses towards the right. And back to center. One more deep breath in. Exhale, fold it forward. You can find a nice deep bend in the knees here if you like. Or if you want, you can keep the legs a little bit straighter. Arms can either hang down towards your mat, or if you like, you can grab opposite elbows. We'll be here for a few minutes. Just think of inhaling, filling the lungs, spreading the rib cage, and exhaling, let the crown of the head move a little bit closer to the ground. Nothing forced, but just think of that action as you breathe in and then as you exhale. Each inhale and exhale grounds you a little bit closer. If you like, you can move a little side to side or straighten one leg and then the other. Just moving how your body needs to move. Letting the crown of the head be heavy, let the back of the neck be long. So maybe tucking the chin just slightly. And then letting the arms down by the side. The slight bend in the knee, if not already. We'll slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Letting the head and the neck come last. Inhaling as we come up. Arms reach. And then exhale, fold it forward. Again, just moving around a little bit in your forward fold. And then again on our next inhale, with that slight bend in the knee, slowly rolling up the spine. Arms reach overhead. Stretching tall towards the sky, and then exhale, fold it forward. Finding some small movements if you like, or just hanging nice and heavy. Last one here. Inhaling, rolling up the spine. Arms reach overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Now we can bring our feet a little bit wider than hips distance. This is where you may want to grab your block. We're going to find our Malasana pose. So setting the hips down nice and deep. So again, you may want the block. You can set yourself here. Helps to take a little bit of the pressure off of the hips and the knees. You also could sit on your block this way, gives you even a little bit more height, kind of your choice. But we'll sit here wherever you are, whether you're on your block or not. I actually want you to think of rolling the shoulders forward and almost like giving yourself a little bit of a hug. And taking a few nice deep breaths here. And then nice and slowly, whether you have your block or not, finding a way to a seat. So if you have your block, so you're here, so I would place a hand down, maybe move your feet out, remove the block and have a seat. So sitting cross-legged, nice and tall. We're going to take the left hand to the right knee, right arm comes behind us. We'll twist the chest open towards the right. Chin is slightly lifted, gazing slightly over that right shoulder. And back to center. We'll take it to the other side, so right hand to the left knee, twisting it open towards the left, sitting up nice and tall with the spine, taking that gaze slightly over the left shoulder. Really breathing here in our twists. Allow your inhale to expand your rib cage, the exhale maybe to find a little bit deeper into the twist. One more breath here. And then back to center. From here, let's drop the chin to the chest, and then just really gently, right ear towards the right shoulder, chin back towards center, left ear towards the left shoulder. So stretching the neck, nice and gentle, nothing forced. Chin back to center, right ear, right shoulder, back to center, and then left ear, left shoulder. Let's bring our chin up, lifting our gaze. From here, let's think of pressing the chest forward, so drawing the shoulder blades back and together. Elbows kind of are squeezing in here, actually finding, instead of a rounded, you want to find a very upright, and some work here, a very upright position and some work. So finding this, we can then lift our gaze. Maybe that's where you stop in your gaze. Maybe you don't feel like you're looking very high up at the sky, and that's totally fine. Whatever is comfortable for your neck here, the focus is more on the opening of the chest, but allowing the head and the neck to drop back also allows us some more space. Coming back to center, then we will find our puppy dog pose. So coming to hands and knees, stacking those shoulders over the wrists, the hips over the knees. From here, we walk our arms forward, allowing the chest to melt towards the ground. Maybe the forehead comes to the mat. Hips are staying sloped up, roughly over the knees. Allowing your chest to melt, relax towards the ground. And while I use all this fancy language that sounds calming, I realize this pose can be quite intense sometimes. So the most important thing here is to breathe. So if you need to back out of it a little bit, that's totally okay. And one way to do that would be actually to come bringing your hips back a little bit farther over the knees. So it's a little bit more intense if you keep the hips over the knees. If you back your hips closer towards your heels, there's a little less pressure and tension on the shoulders. It allows your legs to take more of the brunt of the pose. So most important, just breathing. Let's take one more breath. And then slowly walking the hands back towards the knees. We're going to actually bring the big toes together, knees go nice and wide. Arms can stay out in front or they can come down by your legs, but we're going to find a child's pose. Resting the forehead on the mat. If you like, you can rock your forehead side to side, finding a little bit of self-massage. We're just taking a moment here to really rest in this pose. Allowing yourself to feel all the points of contact, your toes, your shins, your knees, your forehead, your forearms, and your fingertips. Taking just a few more breaths here. And final breath here. Coming up nice and slow, rising to our tabletop position. And from our tabletop, let's just make our way to a seat, bringing the legs in front of us. So sitting up nice and tall on our tailbone, legs are bent in front, knees pointing up towards the sky, soles of the feet are planted. And while we're here, let's just lay the belly on the thighs and kind of curl into this ball. So maybe your eye sockets kind of press into the tops of your knees. And just find a moment of stillness and quiet. Eyes are closed. You feel that connection between your eyes and your knees, which is kind of a strange feeling, but it feels nice. It really helps to block out a lot of distraction. One final breath here. And then bringing the hands to the outside of the knees, we're going to find that same action that we did earlier. Pulling the chest through, squeezing the shoulder blades together, squeezing the elbows in towards the side of the body, pressing that chest forward. Really nice and tall with the spine, breathing here. Not a lot of movement, but a lot of work. And then go ahead and release that. Nice and slowly, let's make our way onto our back. You can hug the knees into the chest for a moment, maybe rock a little side to side, if that serves you. And keeping hold of the right knee, let the left leg go heavy onto the mat. Right arm comes out to the right wall. And we'll twist the lower body over towards the left. Let's take one more deep breath here. Coming back to center on the exhale. Switching legs, so left knee comes in towards the chest, right leg goes flat towards the mat, and left arm out towards the left wall as we twist the lower body over towards the right. Last breath here. Coming back through center, hugging both those knees into the chest. We'll do one last final squeeze, bringing the forehead to the knees, squeezing every muscle in your body, maybe even curling the fingers and the toes. Let's take one last deep inhale here. Exhale, let everything go. Arms and legs nice and wide. You can close your eyes here. We'll just take a few moments of quiet and stillness for our Savasana. And then nice and slowly begin to wiggle the fingers and toes, bring some energy and movement back into your body. And let's go ahead and take a nice good morning stretch, stretching from fingertips to toes, the length of our mat. And then just relax every muscle in your body. When you're ready, let's make our way onto our side. Pausing for just a moment. Taking a nice deep breath in and out. And then slowly making our way up to a comfortable seated position. And I'd like to close class with a little affirmation. So bringing the hands heart center, closing the eyes. Nice deep breath in and exhale. So something to ponder for the day, an intention to set. I am calm yet energized, and I am ready for my day. Let's take one final inhale, and then exhale, let it out. Thank you guys so much for joining me. The light in me honors the light in you. I hope that you feel better than when you first started. Namaste.